If anything happens to me, go and see this man. He should be able to help. Blasted witches. That's impossible! Ah! Go without me. Quickly! Get going! Oh.
Huh? Well, what do we have here?
Hi friends, and welcome to a new series in my playing tribute to the Ace Attorney series, actually. This is Ace Attorney
What the
and...
blazes? How on earth did a vehicle end up on top of that tree?
Sorry, I didn't expect him to actually talk those lines. This is Ace Attorney and Professor Layton, or Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney. I never know what the order of things are, but we are seeing Professor Layton's world first. If you are at all familiar with the Professor Layton series, puzzles, mysteries, things like that, we'll meet him and Luke. Phoenix and Maya are also in this game, and we will see them soon enough. But I figured, since I did all of the other games in the series, of the Ace Attorney series, and hopefully someday we'll be able to record the Switch games, which that would be pretty cool. But I felt like doing this little spin-off. It's not really canon to the game, but it's okay. It's still fun. We got some... Professor Layton's games are really fun. They're just kind of logic puzzles, and you'll see as they go through. But instead of me yapping about it, welcome to the new series, playing tribute to Ace Attorney versus Professor Layton, or the other way around. The title will be right. Let's go on with what's going on here.
Blimey, this is going to be a tough nut to crack.
I am not promising any success in mimicking these voices, by the way.
There is one man I know who could get to the bottom of this.
Did you say witches, Professor?
That's right. People in the Middle Ages very much believed in their existence. That is the reason why they had witch trials, do you see?
Witch trials?
And that would be Professor Layton and his young assistant, Luke.
Did witches really exist in those days?
Well, my boy, witch trials certainly existed, although nobody ever truly used magic. Witches were nothing more than superstition and legend.
characters are going to combine in really weird ways because Layton and Luke have a certain artistic style.
Wow, look, it's really London.
And they have theirs.
Come on, Nick, take a look.
I know you're excited, Maya, but can a guy get a few last Z's in?
This is no time to be sleeping. You won't win in an English court of law with that attitude.
This trip is just an exchange visit courtesy of the Legal League of Attorneys. I won't be defending in court officially.
Aw, well that's no fun. You know you're always at your best when working under pressure, but who can say how things would go over here?
I wish you wouldn't talk like that. You only jinx the whole thing.
It is true. He is at his best when working under pressure. Obviously, this is taking place around the same time period before the Apollo games. As if it wasn't obvious. Maya's youthfulness. And presence, I guess. She didn't reappear until the last game. Oh man, it's so good to see these characters again. Oh, wait, what was the order of things? Did it say Professor Layton first or Ace Attorney first? I wasn't paying attention. Oh well.
The rain doesn't seem to want to stop. It's a bit unusual for this time of year, don't you think?
I agree, Luke. But I believe it is easing off a little now, so it should clear up soon.
I hope it does clear up soon, especially the lightning.
Afraid of lightning, I take it?
I am not going to be able to mimic these voices.
Of course not. I'm not a little kid, you know. It's just that I hate how it flashes suddenly and takes me by surprise.
Let's wait a while for it to settle. Luke, I have just the thing to take your mind off it. Take a look on the bookshelf. The bookshelf? I can't do his version of the accent. The bookshelf? What's on the bookshelf? You'll know when you find it. Do you recall our usual method of investigation? Of course I do. Oh, I expected as much. But just to be sure, let's have a refresher. Because this is a combination game. We use a magnifying glass for investigation. This will appear automatically. Slide the stylus along the touchscreen, move the magnifying glass around. Sometimes appear orange when this happens, give it a left tap. Doing so will investigate the point in question. Puzzles and hint coins will become valuable later on. Time to difficult puzzles. Okay, let's give it a try. Touch and slide on the touchscreen. This technique can be used to investigate points of interest. What if I want to investigate this nice spot of tea first? Your tea is extraordinarily fragrant. I always have trouble saying that word. I have a discerning nose, Luke. I got this special Darjeeling blend from the University Chancellor. A gentleman's love for tea is pure, strong, and everlasting, I guess. Yeah, I remembered this fact that each thing has 3 little conversation bits. Oh, and that means that's a hint coin. 3 little conversation bits before you're done investigating a thing. It doesn't look as if the rain will cease anytime soon. You can even hear thunder in the distance. The weather's unusually bad today. It may be best to wait until the sky clears up a bit before leaving my office. Oh, hint coin. Hint coins are usually at places where light is. But under the couch cushion. I wouldn't call it comfortable, but it will suffice for a quick nap. Napping on the couch is bad for you, Professor. Your neck will hurt. When I think about the paper I need to finish writing when I go home, staying here seems very appealing. So yeah, it's very, I guess the point and click vibe of Ace Attorney works very well with Layton's thing too. Like he's gonna be our main investigation, and we'll probably take on some trials with Phoenix. The spiky fossil looks somewhat cool. It's a rare, valuable fossil, Luke. Professor, please take me with you next time you go exploring ancient ruins. Alright. That exclamation mark means there's a puzzle afoot. Isn't this a picture book? Wow, I wouldn't have expected you to have a picture book, Professor. Wait a second. That's right, my boy. There's a puzzle in your notebook. I should have known. You even have puzzles hidden in your books. All right then, Luke. Why not see if you can solve this one? I have to figure out Luke's voice, or else it's going to start sounding like Maya. Naturally. After all, I am your apprentice. Yeah, that was bad. I'll figure it out. I'll try an accent for him. Okay. Ooh. Pickerots are the points that you get for solving puzzles. So I'm just gonna go through with the puzzles. So you guys can kind of solve at home. I'm not gonna skip any of them because that's half the gameplay of this game. Maybe I'll talk through it, I don't know. A light witch and a dark witch are trying to fly back home to their castles. Each castle is colored to match each witch. Their way home is connected by colorful paths of light. Touching one of these paths will cause all of the other color to disappear. Help the witches find the right path to their respective castles by removing the unwanted paths. Touching colorful path will remove the paths. Remember, the light witch lives in the white castle, the dark witch lives in the black castle. The witches will travel on any colorful path they encounter as they fly. Okay, so right now, white witch is gonna go up and over, 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 up and over. So the light witch is actually getting to her castle, whereas the black witch is going off into the distance. So let's get rid of this and see what happens there. Sometimes it's just like not really trial and error, but just, you know, doing a bunch of things, figuring out, okay, I want this back, let's do this. Nope, that's not gonna work. How about if I get rid of that? Nope, that's, okay, that's not good. Alright. So. Is that telling me that she's getting to the, oh it is, it's telling me that she's getting to the Black Castle. And then... I'm sure there's an easier way to figure this out than trial and error, but, But sometimes... No, that purple one is not being helpful. Okay, now it's being helpful for the black witch. Let's see if the white witch is good. Ah, it is. I think they're making it. So, white witch goes up, whoops, along the red, along the purple, along the purple, along the red, into the white castle. The black witch goes along the red, along the purple, along the red, along the purple, and into the black castle. Don't run into each other.
Don't worry, leave this one to me. As you'd expect from a gentleman in training.
A gentleman in training, of course. Both witches managed to cross the colorful paths and find their way home. Outstanding. Well done, Luke. That was a piece of cake. I could solve harder puzzles than that. I'm pleased to hear that, Luke. It was a charming little puzzle, though. Like, straight out of a fairy tale. If only the witches of the Middle Ages were as jolly as the ones in this picture book. Yes, indeed. Well, it looks as if the rain is about to stop. Shall we prepare to go home? Oh yeah, so a lot of them are themed along whatever the game is. So Layton has a bunch of games in his series, and they all have the puzzles in those games will have to do with the theme of the game. So there's one that's really cool that's about time travel. So it's all like time-related stuff, or like something about the eras of time that they're supposedly in. That's the only one I can think of, because I really enjoyed that one. And I think that might be the only other one I played. I feel like I played another one, but I don't remember. Okay, Professor. Now, where did I put my umbrella? Good. I'll make a more like Grady voice for him since he's a young boy, and then Maya's will be just high, like normal. Professor, I think we have a visitor. Oh, that sounded evil. At this late hour, I can't say I've been expecting anybody. I'll go and see who it is. It's a very Phoenix Wright sprite. So it doesn't really fit with the art style of these two. It's gonna clash really weirdly throughout this game, but it's in a fun way. Are you Mr. Hershel Layton? Yes, indeed I am. My dear young lady, how may I be of assistance? I have been asked to give you a letter. Please, could you read this? This letter is from Carmine. Carmine? Who's Carmine? I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. He was a student of mine a number of years ago. And if I recall correctly, he's now a detective. Wow, a detective? About Carmine? Yes. Well, I'm sorry. It appears there may be a matter of some considerable importance within this letter. Let's read it right away, Professor.
Dear Professor,
Oh, I guess he's going to read it for me. Perfect.
it has been a long time. There is so much I would like to tell you, but at present I do not have the time.
It's good, because I'm not going to be able to match that accent.
My life is in danger. I am being chased by something terrifying, and I am not sure whether I can escape. It all started in a town called Labyrinthia, a mysterious town, one that you will not find on any map. I found myself there during the course of an investigation. While I was there, a series of unbelievable events occurred right before my eyes. I realized the town held a mysterious secret and decided to get to the bottom of it. But before I could, they found me. I escaped from Labyrinthia with a young woman by the name of Espella. It was my belief that she held the key to solving the secret of that town. It is not me they are pursuing, it is Espella. As such, I am asking you to help her. Labyrinthia hides an ominous mystery. This is one puzzle that appears to be beyond my powers to solve. I apologize for imposing on you in this way.
Did you say puzzle? That's Layton's thing.
Your faithful student, Carmine Accidenti.
Oh, it is Carmine. Carmine. Not Carmine. Carmine. Accidents. Wait a second. Is that car accident? Is that what that's saying? Oh, brother. The pun names continue. As to be expected from a Phoenix Wright-esque game. I can't remember whether Layton's games are like that. Well, I never. Professor, am I right in assuming that you are the Espella to whom Carmine is referring? Yes, I am. Tell me, what on earth happened? I'm afraid I'm not entirely sure. It seems as if we were being chased relentlessly. They caught up with us and we were attacked. As a result, Carmine was injured. I see. I'm sorry to hear that. Injured? He's not dead, right? He bravely did his best to ensure that I escaped safely. I beg you, please help him. Please help that brave man. You mustn't worry about him, Espella. Knowing Carmine as I do, I'm sure he'll be all right. But ever since I've known him, he's always been in some difficult situation or other. He's never failed to win through. More importantly, at the moment, I'm frankly more concerned with your safety as well. Concerned about me? According to this letter, the one they're after is you. Are you certain that you're all right? You weren't injured at all? Me? No, I'm fine, really. I think think you'd better take a rest, even if just for a little while. Your clothes are all wet, too. I'll go and find you a dry towel. Thank you. You're really too kind. It's no trouble at all. As soon as you're more comfortable, we can sit down and talk. I love Layton. He's all like, he's all about being a gentleman. That's why Luke is all like, oh, I'm a gentleman in training. It's like all about the gentleman. Professor, if what was written in that letter is true, yes, indeed, it means this young lady is in real danger. And it also means that her pursuers might even come to this office and search of her. I'll go and lock the door. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. So much for that paper he had to write. At any rate, we'll need to talk to Spella and find out what this really is all about. So there's no way he's getting home now. Ooh. A strangely dressed young girl suddenly appeared asking Professor Layton for help. It would seem she's being pursued by someone or something. Spella appeared in my study, full of fear. I do not know who she is or where she has come from, but I wish to help her. Of course you do, because that's the gentleman thing to do, Layton. Talk to Spella. Okay. Is there anything... Should I offer her some tea? Should I offer some tea? Oh, I need to boil some water first. The scent of tea has a relaxing effect on people, after all. Oh, okay. Let's take a breather on the couch. You do seem really tired, Mrs. Spella. Let's rest here for a while. Guess she's not going to talk to me. Oops. It's really cool. I wonder if Spella would like it. I doubt she's interested in fossils. You don't know. As far as I can tell, no one has followed Spella here. The weather's awful today. I hope it'll discourage her pursuers. Alright, Spella, let's talk. Sorry to have put you both to all this trouble. Please, think nothing of it. Although, if it's alright with you, I'd like to hear a little bit more about what happened. We won't be able to protect you without a clearer understanding of the circumstances. Protect me? It is my belief that you are in quite considerable danger. And it is the duty of every gentleman to help a lady in trouble. I sincerely thank you. Now, it would certainly appear that you are being pursued. However, Carmine's letter referred to your pursuers as they. Could you tell me who they might be? They are witches. Did you say witches? Yes, witches. And they're truly terrifying. Carmine did his best to protect me from them. But in the end, he was unable to escape. They caught up with us. If they realize I'm here, then you two may also end up in danger. Perhaps it would have been better if I hadn't come here. Spella. Yes. You mustn't worry yourself. Everything is going to be all right. Really? You have my word. We'll be on our guard. That's right. Nothing to worry about. The place is tightly locked up. Thank you both. Spella, I'd like to inquire a little more, if I may. Yes, of course. The town you came from is called Labyrinthia, isn't it? Yes, that's right. Spella, what's the matter? Well, we're in Labyrinthia now, aren't we? No, we're in London, in England. England? I'm sorry, but I don't understand. What? No way, you mean to say you've never heard of England? It's just I've never come across a place by that name in Labyrinthia. Spella, are you sure you're feeling alright? No, I believe Spella really doesn't know. Spella, about this town of Labyrinthia. I'm afraid we've never heard of it either. If I may ask, where exactly is Labyrinthia? It's what?
Anything you could want to know about Labyrinthia can be found in this book.
Anything?
It's an amazing design. I've never seen a book quite like it.
Spella, would you mind if we had a closer look?
Of course.
Thank you for reading it for me, guys. I appreciate it. Ooh. weird and magical.
Huh? I must be seeing things. It was as if the words were moving on the page.
No, Luke. It looked the same to me, too.
Look, there's a picture of the town in here. So this is Labyrinthia, is it?
Yes, that's Labyrinthia.
How intriguing. The buildings all look really old, don't they, Professor? Indeed, Luke. I don't recall ever having seen this town before. This is my hometown. This must also be where the witch is pursuing you are from, is that right? That's right. Spella, what exactly is this book? It seems somewhat valuable. This book is the Historia Labyrinthia. As I said just a moment ago, everything about Labyrinthia is written in this book. Everything. The entire story. Labyrinthia's story? If it contains absolutely everything, then it must also include something about witches. Yes, it does. All about the witches, the events in the town, and the people living there. Everything that has happened in the town is written in this book. And not only that, but also everything that is going to happen. What did you just say? Got a new mystery. The town of Labyrinthia, portrayed within the book entitled Historia Labyrinthia, is an old town, the likes of which the Professor and Luke have never seen. Espella claims to be from this town. Apparently, everything that takes place in Labyrinthia is written in that book. Espella referred to it as Labyrinthia's story.
Professor, this certainly is very strange. First that letter from Carmina, and now this book.
Oh, Carmina? Sorry, I will not be able to pronounce them correctly.
If you ask me, Espella doesn't seem to be lying. But witches chasing after people, it's all a little hard to believe.
Indeed, indeed.
It's certainly hard to believe, but I do find it fascinating.
Oh, poor thing. Do you want to come in from the rain? Don't open it! Huh? Huh? Professor, what was that?
That, Luke, was a witch.
Did the bird turn into the witch? Oh, what a mess.
Professor, Espella's been...
Yes, that was careless of us. But to think they might enter by such means.
He's so chill about it. It's like, oh yeah, that was careless. Espella's been kidnapped, but you know, it's fine.
And after I'd promised to protect her.
Do you think that was one of those witches that Espella was talking about?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly looked that way.
Then what we just saw, was that magic?
I don't know. But something bizarre did indeed take place before our very eyes.
So just to be clear, I have played this game before, and I know kind of like the punchline. I always say that I know the punchline of the game, but I don't remember a lot of details about it. So I'm gonna be kind of discovering this with you guys, because I don't remember any of the puzzles and things like that, and trial scenes and whatever. So all of the things, this is only the second time I've played it. And the first time I played it was so long ago, I don't even know. Probably when this first came out, or first was released in America. Because I think this was region locked for a while.
Luke, I'm going to go and search for a speller. While I'm gone, I'd like you to...
Professor, I'm going too. Even if you disagree, I'm coming along. After all, I am your apprentice.
Okay, Luke, then let's go.
Right! I've already put the important things into the trunk. Thank you, Luke. We'll make sure to keep a record of all the important mysteries we'll encounter, as well as all the progress we make in our investigations. These will be kept in the trunk. Open the trunk at any time by pressing the menu, blah blah blah. Story and mysteries. Okay. Oh, speaking of mysteries, the witch broke into Professor Layton's study, snatched up Espella, and escaped into the night. Could this mysterious power she wields truly be witchcraft? I certainly did not anticipate Espella being snatched away right before our very eyes. We must do something about this. Now I believe we're all set to go. We seem to be headed towards the Thames. It's Thames, right? Yeah. Let's follow them and rescue Espella. Right you are, Professor. Off into the night we go. Where's the Thames? We've lost them, Professor. They've got away. Were you following them? There's no way. They flew out the window and then you stood and talked for a while and then you left the building. Like, what did you do? How did you... Okay. Yes, it would appear so. However, we can be quite certain that they came this way. Maybe someone or something which carried Espella. Right. Let's start asking people. Hey, look over there. Isn't that... This one's really got me stumped. I agree, sir. Total mystery. Constable Barton, I don't want agreement. I want answers. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Inspector Chelmy. Kelmy? Ah, British names. And Constable Barton? I wonder what they're doing here. They appear to be having a heated discussion about something. Perhaps it may even have something to do with the witches we're pursuing. Let's see what they have to say, Luke. Or the witch. Good thinking, Professor. But first, let's look at all of the other things and find the hint coins and talk about the bridge. It's so pretty. The River Thames and Tower Bridge. Nothing seems amiss. In different circumstances, I'd say it's a magnificent sight. Tower Bridge was designed to match the Tower of London. Look at all these real-life places. Instead of... What do they call the world, quote-unquote world that Ace Attorney takes place in, or the country? It's like Japan, America. San Francisco. It's a big passenger ship. Maybe the kidnapper took Miss Espella there. I imagine it would be difficult for them to hide on a passenger ship. Shame. I wanted to go for an elegant cruise down the Thames with you, Professor. Down the Thames with you, Professor. What a lovely square. The police officers look out of place here, though. This is a popular spot with the unobstructed view of the River Thames and Tower Bridge. I think I'm saying it right. There's no trace of that evil thing or Mrs. Spelly around the square. I got all 3 hint coins, too, right? Let's see if talking to Bart first is... Or if it'll just be the both of them. It's the both of them. Hey! You there! This area is off limits. Only Scotland Yard personnel allowed here. Hang on. Oh, it's you, Layton. What are you two doing here? It's been a while, Inspector Chelmy. Has there been some kind of incident? Well, more of an accident than an incident. Over there, a motor vehicle has been heavily damaged. Heavily damaged vehicle, you say? Sounds rather serious. But I doubt that a Scotland Yard inspector would be involved in something as mundane as a simple traffic accident. Is there perhaps something unusual about this particular accident? As always, you're quick to pick up on the finer points. I should say there's something unusual. In fact, I've never seen nor heard of an accident as unusual as this one. Barton, would you leave the talking to me? Yes, sir. Of course, sir. An unusual accident. Unusual in what way, precisely? Don't get concerning yourself with it. It's a job of the police to solve this case. You never know, Inspector. I may just be able to help you solve it. What are you saying? Even I don't have all the facts yet. Clues just aren't that easy to come by, you know. Yeah, so we've got nothing so far. In fact, I'm sure we could use a helping hand. Hey, Barton! I thought I told you. I'll do all the talking. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Just a moment. I've got it. Hey, Layton. What is it, Inspector? Well, that's to say, if you're so keen on getting involved, why not go and take a look for yourself? That was a sudden change of heart. It was, Luke, but a welcome one, wouldn't you say? Very well, Inspector, I will take a look. The vehicle's just up ahead there, is it? Yes, it is. It's in the park just over there. If you know where I mean. The park is fairly big, so it's quite easy to lose your way. I suppose I'll have to explain. But listen up, I'm only saying this once. Oh, okay, it's tutorial. Blah, blah, blah. I can move on the map. Kind of looks like a Mario game map. Fast travel. Look at the map and touch your desired location. I'll let you know. I'm waiting to hear from you. Professor, I think the unusual accident they're talking about. Indeed. It could well have something to do with our own investigation. Let's go and take a look at the scene of the accident, Luke. We may find some clues. Right you are, Professor. When I hear back from them, I might just be able to make something of this case. With the backlog of cases I've got piled up, I will have to take help where I can get it. Look at those shoes. What lovely shoes. What's with the handprint on the car, by the way? I meant to point that out earlier. Professor, look over there! There's a car up in that tree! It certainly is out of the ordinary. I've never seen anything quite like it. Like Constable Barton said, it seems extremely unusual. I mean, how on earth could something like this happen? We'll need to investigate this closely. Let's take a closer look at that car. But first, all of the hint coins. 1, 2. There's always 3. And also anything else that we want to look at before we look at the car. See what the crowd is saying. Onlookers have started gathering at the scene. The car lodged in a tree is a curious sight. Cannot blame them. Yeah, that doesn't happen every day. The heavy rain has made the ground very slippery. The tire marks end halfway toward the tree. Is that a British spelling or a typo? How did the car end up on it? How did the car end up on it? Regretfully, there are no footprints or other marks that would have helped us work this out. Car. It's a puzzle! The more I see it, the stranger this looks. It's as if the car just flew up there. It's certainly taken some damage. You don't think, could the witches have done this? It's certainly possible. It would appear the accident occurred only moments ago. Wait, what's that mark on the car? Excuse me, gentlemen. Yes, you two. Would you just stop right there? I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to leave. This is the scene of an accident, and we haven't finished the investigating it yet. And you can no doubt see it's all rather mysterious. We don't yet know the exact cause of this here mishap. Not a safe place for spectators, I'm afraid. I have to ask you both to move along. We're not spectators. We've been given permission from Inspector Chelmy. The inspector, you say? So you're here officially then, are you? In what capacity, may I ask? Well, not officially as such. The name's Hershel Layton. I'm an archaeologist. Your pulling my leg. You mean to tell me that you're the famous Professor Layton? Now that you mention it, you certainly do resemble the good professor. Of course he does. He is the professor. So, Constable, if you don't mind, may we investigate a little closer? I've been put in charge here, so I can't afford to be wrong about this. For all I know, you might just be impersonating Professor Layton. What? Oh, come on. If you're the real Professor Layton, then I'm sure you'll have no trouble solving this little puzzle that I just happen to have here. Because everybody works in puzzles in London, in the Hershel Layton games. They just throw them out at you, and willy-nilly. And everybody knows that Professor Layton is all about the puzzles. Sounds interesting. Let me see what you have. Alright, take a look at this. I was wondering what kind of puzzle would solve the problem with the, car. The local police force is assisting a museum to increase its security. The guard's torches allow them to spot anything up to 3 squares away. Do your best not to be seen and sneakily make your way out of the room. Touch the arrows. Remember that your opponents will turn around and repeat their paths. Do not stand in front of their line of sight or they will see you. If they do see you, you will be moved back to the previous space. Reach the exit without your opponent seeing you. Okay. Okay, that guy goes back and forth. Those guys go in a circle. I need to go behind him. Oh, I could have gone. Oh no, maybe not, because I think he has to turn here, yeah. Okay. Yep, we're just gonna mosey. I can't go to the right because he's gonna see me. So I have to go down. Yeah, and then down. And then up. And down. And then up. Maybe I was supposed to stay there for a while. Because I'm gonna be 3 in front of him again, yeah. Oh, no, I was fine. Right? No, I'm gonna... Yeah. He goes down 1. Down 1, over 1. Okay. Yay, I escaped.
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills. You should expect no less from a gentleman.
Right, because gentlemen are all about solving puzzles. Remember that, gentlemen. Well done, you managed to stay hidden in the darkness and make it out. Stealth mode. That's it! You solved it! Judging by the way you solved that puzzle, there's no doubt that you must be the one and only Professor Layton. Of course, from the very start, I had a fairly good idea that it was you, Professor. From the very start, you seem to have your doubts, Constable. Well, anyway, feel free to investigate as you wish. But, there's one last thing. Yes. Later, when you've got a free moment, would you mind signing my helmet? Are you sure that's allowed? Isn't that part of your uniform? Get a piece of paper, man. Come on, Luke. Let's take a look around before the constable changes his mind. Tell me, Luke, do you notice anything strange when we looked at the car? Besides that it's in a tree? Anything strange? Well, to be honest, the entire accident is pretty unusual. Well, yes, but if we're to suppose this accident occurred naturally, then there's one particular mark that should not be there. The hand? A mark that shouldn't be there. Ah! Professor, the handprint! There's a handprint on the bonnet! The Britishisms. Well spotted, Luke. But a handprint of that size is too big to be left by any normal person. Indeed, it would almost appear to have been left by the hand of a giant. That's a bit far-fetched. Luke, let's look around a little more. Isn't there anything in this park that grabs your attention? But Professor, from here I can't see anything strange other than the car. In situations like this, we need to zoom in, Luke. Zoom in? Ah, yes, zoom in. Normal, everyday thing. If too far away, sitting behind another object, we can zoom in to see it more clearly. When you see something of interest, use magnifying glass to look closer. It's blue, then something important is there. Cool. Okay, Professor, I'll zoom in right now. When the magnifying glass turns blue, touch the area. That's right, let's give it a try. Okay, I was curious about the things on the ground, but I think it wants me to look at the statue, too. Let's investigate the pocket a little more. Okay. Yeah, okay, alright. What was that? Okay, alright. Alright, okay. That's just to get the tutorial in. Hello, Professor! Have you found any clues? Clearly not. Yeah, see how it wants me to zoom in on that? Oh, I can't zoom in on these. Okay, well, fine. What was that? Alright, zoom in on the statue. Oh, the statue's hand! Hey, the statue's hand! Thank you. Yeah, that's exactly what I said, Luke. It's about the same size as the handprint on the car. Do you think the car hit the hand when it crashed? It's just a possibility, of course. However, the handprint on the car is a right handprint, Luke. Right hand? But the statue is holding a spear in his right hand. Which means that couldn't it be where this handprint came from? Quite right, my boy. And it would certainly appear that this is more than a simple traffic accident. I wonder what could have happened. If the handprint was made by the statue, surely the statue couldn't have moved. I'm positive there's some kind of secret behind this, and whatever it may be, we can be certain it's related to the witch that took Espella. I think so too, Professor. How else would this kind of accident have occurred? If we investigate more closely, perhaps we'll find some clues. No, Luke. First, we should head back to see the inspector. Really? But all he seems to say is how unusual it seems. Yes, however, there is one more subject about which I'd like to ask him. Oh, what's that? Not what, my boy, but rather who. Who was in the car when it crashed? Ah! Oh, right, because we know that, but they don't. The statue's holding a spear in its right hand, but the handprint left on the car was made by an open right hand. Very unusual indeed. Back to Chelmy. Oh, see, it tells me the hidden puzzles and the hint coins. When I first played through this game, I think I ended up missing one hidden puzzle somewhere, but then I ended up being able to, at the very end, to go back to a chapter and find it. So I completed it. Yay! So what do you think? It's no simple accident, is it? I'll bet this one's even surprised the great Professor Layton, hasn't it? Without doubt, this is no ordinary accident. May I ask how the driver was? He wasn't seriously hurt. He's a real jammy dodger, that one. In fact, we're about to take him into custody for questioning. Strictly private. Inspector Chelmy, there's something I would like to know. What's that, then? The driver's name. Was it by any chance Carmina accident, eh? Eh? How the devil? Where'd you get that information? Oh, well, you could just say Little Bird told me. He's something of an unlucky yet lucky type, always getting himself into trouble only to miraculously escape unharmed. An acquaintance of yours, is he? He attended my lectures a few years back. An outstanding student. Is that so? Well, perhaps you should have lectured him on how to stay out of trouble. We've had our eye on him for some time. He's a bit of a maverick, that detective. Always sniffing out dangerous situations and poking his nose into trouble. Unlucky isn't the half of it. I tell you, I wasn't surprised to find him involved in this ruckus. Professor, that means this must be the incident in which Carmina was attacked. Yes, it would seem so. Is this something I don't do? No, nothing at all, Inspector. I was hoping you might just come up with something I could use. Never mind. Now I've got that detective. I may be able to wring something from him. I'd really like to know such an accident occurred. How such an accident occurred, I think he said, actually. Inspector, just one other question. Is there any evidence to suggest that Carmina was not alone in that car? What's that? Someone else in the car? Nah, there's nothing to suggest that. Is that so? Well, else unusual about the accident that you haven't mentioned? Anything else unusual? Not as far as I'm aware. Wait a minute, we did see those strange people in Halloween costumes. Oi, Barton! Like I said before, I'll do the talking. Yes, Inspector. Sorry, Inspector. These people in Halloween costumes, can you tell me anything about them? He's certainly persistent, Layton. To be honest with you, I don't think they had anything. We saw a group of them loitering around Tower Bridge. I decided to question them, but when I took my eyes off them for a second, they just disappeared. I wonder what the places they were up to, wandering around dressed like that. When precisely was this? Just a moment ago. About the same time you went to the park. Halloween costumes? Professor, could it be? I see what you mean. Seems we may have a lead. Thank you for your help, Inspector. Now, hold on. Just what's this all about? Well, we seem to have come to the right place, all right. Yes. It would appear the witches attacked Spella and Carmine in a park, before coming after Spella and abducting her from my office. Following that, they must have made their way from there to Tower Bridge. We may still catch up with them if we hurry. Let's go! We've been all over the place and they can fly. I don't think we're as caught up as we think we are. The professor's former student, Carmine Accidente, who gave Spella a letter for the professor, was involved in a car crash while they were being pursued by witches. What was he investigating in Labyrinthia? The news of Carmine's accident came as a shock, but at least he survived. I would like to have discussed things with him. He may be able to tell us more about it, but I don't think we're going to get the option to talk to him. Oh, he has a puzzle. This is serious. Yes, it seems serious, Constable Barton. I feel sorry for the victims. Bits and pieces all over the place. What? The hamburger I brought for my lunch, it's all in pieces, a complete mess. This is serious. Oh, I get it. You were talking about your hamburger. I've been trying to draw it up on my notepad, but I can't seem to get it right. Because of this, I just can't seem to concentrate on the case. That is serious. Leave it to me. I'll soon have it sorted out for you. Okay. The number of pick-rats it's worth tells the difficulty of the puzzle. The investigation into the night's mysteries events have come to a screeching halt. Constable Barton's favorite meal, the Scotland Yard burger, is in shambles, and he will not report back until he has had his meal. Help Barton put his precious burger back together. Don't forget to get the ketchup on the burger just right. Move an ingredient, touching a side. Okay. Move each of the pieces in the center so they fit perfectly inside the burger. This is gonna be weird. Okay, alright. That kind of matches. Can I turn it? No, I can't turn it. This reminds me of those mobile game ads that are like, oh, what's your IQ? You should be able to do this. Or blah, blah, blah. Okay, okay. Yeah. You sure I can't turn it? That hint button is flashing at me. I don't appreciate its lack of faith in me.
See what you think of this. As you'd expect from a gentleman in training.
Of course, because gentlemen are all about puzzles. Wonderful, consider this delicious investigation closed. The hamburger's back in one piece. Now you can give it your all to the investigation. Yes, at last I can concentrate. Not on the hamburger, but on the case. Munch, munch. Take care not to upset the inspector. Indeed. Munch, munch, munch. Constable Barton. Something doesn't feel quite right. What on earth could be going on? Let's get to Tower Bridge. We may find the answers there. Maybe we'll find Mrs. Spella there, too. It's flashing at me. Do you see the move button flashing at me? It's like, thank you, I know. I'm looking for all of the clues, or all of the puzzles. We must not dawdle here. Let's go to Tower Bridge. Quite certain we'll find some clues. Yes, I understand. Okay, no hidden puzzles. Hey ho, recently there seems to be no end of unusual cases. Something else happened recently? What's this, boy? Haven't you been reading the papers? There have been an incident of all of London's talking about. I'm not a boy, I'm Luke. And I'll read the newspaper later. Well, it has nothing to do with this accident, I suppose. At any rate, the whole Scotland Yard is busy with it at the moment. Normally I would be getting involved in something like this. It seems the inspectors are somewhat busy with other cases. I guess we'll have to search for Isabella alone. Okay, I'm moving. My goodness. What a lovely bridge. That storm, though, man. There's no one here. This is puzzling. Puzzling, yes. I'd normally expect to see more people here at this time. It must be the bad weather. I guess no one wants to go out in this. That could be it. Although I'm also sensing something of a peculiar presence in the air. Professor, don't talk like that. Whoa! That made me jump! Luke, over there. Oh. Is he flying? Yikes! What was that? I bet it was one of them. Professor, let's follow it. Just a moment, Luke. There's something we should review before we go running off. The method of entering a building. Yellow arrow. This indicates means direct entry. You can also enter while in movement mode. That's it, my boy. Try not to forget. Alright then, let's make haste. Cool. One moment, please, though. I want to find all of the hidden coins. Not that I hope that I will ever use them. Can't remember whether I used them in my first playthrough. I don't think I did. Luke, we must follow the shadow that vanished further down the bridge. Why are you not working? Come on. There we go. 2 and... Let's chase after the shadow in the Tower Bridge, Professor. Yeah, I'm getting there. Jeez. Alright, those are my 3 hint coins. Let's go. What, the thing just disappeared into thin air? Well, I certainly don't feel that same presence I did just a moment ago. Hey, Professor, what's that? Is that Isabella's cloak? Wait, isn't that... Professor, it's Isabella's cloak! Exactly what I said, Luke. Yes, it certainly looks like the cloak she was wearing. Isabella, where could she have gone? Luke, take a look at that. On the wall there, just next to the cloak. Huh? Hey, there's some kind of mysterious pattern engraved there. Indeed, I believe this may demand a closer investigation. But first, the hint coins. And anything else of value. And no other clues on the road. Maybe on the other side? No, it must be somewhere around here. The shadow was exactly where we are standing now when it vanished. It strikes me as suspicious at the other end of the tunnel. The symbol's only on this side of the tunnel. We ought to make haste. I feel a puzzle is waiting to be solved in this part of the tunnel. He senses the puzzles. Oh. There's 2. And 3. There we go. The ceiling is made of bricks too. There's something odd about it. The echo here makes it seem like there's someone behind us. The symbol on the wall looks very odd. Luke, why don't you take a closer look at it? Wait, why are you telling him to look at it? Why don't you look at it? Mrs. Spilla's cloak. She certainly passed this way. Professor, let's examine the pattern on the wall. It looks like it might hold some clues. Yeah, we're getting there. Patience, man. Gotta see everything else first. Go all the wrong ways first, and then you go the right way. What do you think this pattern is all about? Well, I can't say it's a pattern I've ever seen before. I wonder what a mark like this could be doing here. Oh, wait a sec. The figure disappeared right around here, didn't it? That's right. Not to mention Ispella's cloak is lying right here in front of this wall. Without a doubt, there must be some kind of clue here to Ispella's whereabouts. Let's check it out. Oh wait, can you hear something? Professor! The wall's moving! Puzzle. "40 picker-rots. Sudden shifting has dislodged a number of bricks in the wall. Drag the bricks along the wall and arrange them so that the design on the wall is properly displayed. You can move. Hand can be moved upward, downward. To move a block, touch the touch screen. Blocks will automatically fill into the holes they fit perfectly. Alright. So, some of these puzzles, they'll, oh, jeez. Okay, this is scary. Nope, I've lost all sense of what I was saying. Nope, that is not where I wanted it. I wanted... There we go. That's where I wanted that. The puzzles can't be... There are some puzzles that cannot be failed. Because there's a whole, thing to it. Like this. Oh, jeez. Okay. Where you can't really solve it until it's completely solved. But some puzzles can be failed. Oh, I think that goes over here. There's some puzzles that can be failed. And I can't remember, I think it takes away the picker-rots when you fail them. Like it's worth less points. This looks like the Sheikah symbol.
Let's see if I've proven myself. You should expect no less from a gentleman.
Excellent, the powerful tremor begins to resonate from the wall.
Look, Professor! The wall!
Huh. What's this now?
Ouch, ouch, ouch!
Luke! Are you all right, Luke?
Yes.
Huh? Huh? What is this place?
What's a place like this doing behind the wall?
It appears to have been here for some time.
I wonder who could have made this place and why. It's so dark. I can barely see.
How?
Isabella! Professor, we've got to search for Isabella.
Indeed, she could be here somewhere. Although...
So, could that witch?
Precisely. We should proceed with caution.
Although what?
Okay,
Did I accidentally hit the button? Nah. Oh, Isabella! Don't worry, I'm not ignoring you. Totally not ignoring you. Just gonna find all the other things here. It's pitch black here. I wish we had brought a torch. A torch is a flashlight in Britishism. Is that an outline of passage over there? How long is this tunnel? I can't even see the end. It's wrapped in a piece of cloth. What can it be? It's difficult to say what it is in this darkness. This room gives me the creeps. Even the air feels strangely colder here. Professor, over there! What's this? Quickly, let's get her on her feet. With a puzzle. Oh, we have to untie her knots. Isabela's hands have been tightly tied behind her back. Quickly untie her. Which rope, A or B, will not result in a knot when both ends of the rope are pulled at the same time? Okay, so B, right? Because A is in the back, or because the left side one is in the back, and it goes, and it should stay in the back with B, and it goes around and then in the front. So B.
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills.
Good, you know from the third bit.
The
whether
joy
you're
of
correct or
solving
not, 'cause
puzzles.
He'll be smiling. Otherwise, he'll be like, and it'll be like, oh man, I didn't get it. Isabela is free. Just what exactly occurred here? I love the art style of these games, by the way. They're really cool with the puzzles and stuff. It's always very different. Like that little, different art style for them. Isabela, are you all right? Mr. Layton, it's really you. Mr. Layton, you really did come and rescue me. She still has the book. What exactly were they planning to do when they tied her up like that? Of course, as I said, it's the duty of every gentleman to save a lady in trouble. Thank you, Mr. Layton. It's my duty, too, as an apprentice gentleman. Professor, I think they're coming back. I don't sense them in immediate danger, but be sure to stay on your guard, Luke. Right, now let's hurry up and leave this place. There's no escaping them. I mean, I tried many times to lead me away from witches, but as you've seen, we're unable to escape them for long. Oh, what should we do, Professor? Oh dear. Oh no. It's floaty purple cloak guy.
Oh no!
That figure from before.
Professor, I can hear something. It's coming from the end of the corridor.
Just as I thought. Mr. Layton, if we stay here, they'll find us.
This is bad, Professor. They're getting closer and closer.
Please, at least, save yourselves.
Don't worry, there may be a way out of this. I have an idea. Please, leave this to me.
All right.
There's not much time, so listen carefully.
Alright, a plan is brewing. A plan is a brewing. Professor, they're nearly here! And there are lots of them! Okay, we should be all set. Let's get going, Luke. Was that not part of their plan? I bet that was not part of their plan. Oh dear.
Hand over the girl!
What's with the weird rockets? It was part of their plan. Because she got on the boat.
Mr. Layton.
She's safe. Yay.
So you enjoy playing silly little tricks?
Yes. Yes, we do.
Well, it seems you underestimated us.
You didn't think we'd just give ourselves up, did you?
So tell me, just who are you, witches? And why are you so determined to capture Espella?
Fools. It's yourselves you should be more concerned about. Do you have any idea of what it means to involve yourself with that girl? It would seem not.
What do you mean?
The pair of you have unknowingly walked right into the middle of the story.
The middle of the story?
You'll soon see what I mean. With your very own eyes.
Professor! She just disappeared!
I wonder what she could have meant by that.
I don't know, but I have a bad feeling about all of this. Do you think she's just trying to scare us because she lost?
At any rate, we should try to reach Espella. I know where that ship was heading. Let's head to the port and meet Espella when she arrives.
Right, and then we can give her back this book. Huh? Professor! The book! It's... Isn't this us, Professor?
Surely not.
Uh-oh. So much for giving her back her book. Well, that was that Prologue? Is that what it was? Prologue, A Dark and Stormy Night? Cool. So we're just gonna dive right into the story here. Apparently. They just opened the book and we'll see what happens next for our new heroes here. I hope you enjoy the new characters, Professor Layton and Luke. They're fun. It's a fun series. I recommend the puzzly games because there's a story behind them, of course, and it's always very like twisty and mysterious and stuff. Like I was talking about that time travel-y one. That one's really cool. I remember just really enjoying that one. And yeah. I'm not going to go on for too much longer because it's been a bit of time. But I hope you enjoy this new entry into our Ace Attorney series, even though it's not technically canon. And yeah, so I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.